So I have not finished Euphoria season 3, and I really just decided I'm not going to. Let me explain. I reviewed Euphoria seasons 1 and 2 because I've heard good things about the show. I like A24 projects. The show was an A24 production. HBO stuff is usually pretty good. I decided to go check it out. I enjoyed the first two seasons well enough. They weren't perfect, but I thought they were a lot better than I thought they were going to be, and I got some good. Got some stuff out of it. Enjoyed, I guess, is the wrong word because the show was very dark and depressing, and subject matter is a little yikes. But you get what I mean. Like I was invested. Season 3 comes along and kills a lot of that for me, and I am just angry with this show now. The day this season came out, maybe it was before the season came out. Maybe it was like a day or two. I did see the Rotten Tomatoes score for this season was a little mixed, or on the negative side. But I had just assumed that maybe that was because Sydney Sweeney's controversies uh, had just kind of like played a role in some of the critical reactions. Because let's be honest, one thing that sucks about modern like film criticism and film talk is you got these people who take people who have like even the Michael Jackson movie is guilty of this. This was some of the reviews, not all of them, but a good portion of them like, oh, they didn't address the accusations. I'm like, that's not the point of this movie. Like, talk about this movie, you know. And so I do think that there's like elements of like us taking real world things into account in a movie and trying to like be negative and shit on things. And some of that is because obviously it gets clicks, but it's still a little insulting, and we should call it out more often. So when I saw that, I wasn't like convinced that the season was awful. I started watching the first few episodes, and I just went, "Oh, nothing's really engaging me." But I was gonna keep watching till the end because I wanted to get a review out for you guys, right? And consider this my review of Euphoria season 3. Because while I haven't seen like the last 3 episodes, I'm not gonna fucking bother. I don't want to see the rest of this show. So, but I kept watching, and there were just 3 points that I just said, no, I'm fucking done. First of all, it's the Sydney Sweeney stuff where she's acting like a baby and dressing up like a fucking dog. Look, I get that Sydney Sweeney's character's role in this season is to be a character who is doing like sexual explicit stuff for a reason. I get why it's in the show. However, you really have to like demean this traditionally blonde grown ass woman so much that she like um I mean, I know, I guess not demeaning in the sense that she chose to do this, right? The actress, she's an adult, she consented to doing this, but it's demeaning in the sense that I'll just be honest, I support like people in the sex work industry as long as they're consenting adults who not doing anything illegal. I think that a lot of that stuff is shamed and frowned upon when it's like, look, it's your body, you're gonna do what you want, but but to me, this is like where that stigma comes from. With a lot of stuff is when you watch these dumbass women, or not women, dumbass like film people who like just start making shit with her as a baby and shit. Like you could see actual people in these industries that are actually upset by this, and I totally get it because this is insulting. Like it is, and I think that it's meant to be insulting for the character, but it doesn't feel as insulting. It felt like it was more so there to be sex appeal and nothing else. It didn't feel like they were shaming the character in a lot of these moments as much as you would think as in moments when she's dressed up as a goddamn baby and uh a and a fucking dog. It's just what. And then that character goes into a downfall where she becomes fucking MAGA. And I watch shows like The Boys and other shows that bring real world politics into the show. But this is like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? She's a MAGA person now, and like I get it was like she was doing a whole revenge thing against somebody as part of like why she's doing this, and I'm just like, yeah, but like Sydney Sweeney did this in real life, and it's uncomfortable and it's weird, and I don't need to watch shit like this in a show. If I wanted to see some dumbass MAGA podcaster, guess what? I can find those assholes in real life. Like, why am I watching this in a weird ass show? And then it's like, the main character, Zendaya's character has not been seen throughout majority of this show. And a lot of the other characters that I was invested in had not been seen throughout majority of this show. So now I'm just like watching multiple episodes about Sydney Sweeney's character, who I don't like anymore. And I wasn't really. She was always my least favorite character, to be honest. All the other characters were investing me way more than Zendaya. Or not Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney's character. But now I'm just like, oh, she's doing the real world MAGA grift shit that she did in real life. And now I'm watching it in a show. And then I'm like, oh, she's dressing up as a fucking baby and a dog and shit. And I'm just like, this is just. Why am I watching this shit? Like, why is this. Like, they've just killed the show. I don't know who made these decisions, why they chose to do these things this way. Some of it I get writing wise, like maybe a little bit, but overall, like just in terms of the grand scale and picture of the show, I'm not really sure what they were thinking with this stuff. I am no longer interested in this shit, and I legit am not gonna watch the last 3 episodes. I saw that episode 6 is in my watch list on HBO Max today, and I just like I literally I almost hit play and I was just like, no. Let me make a video talking about why I'm not going to watch the rest of the show, because I am done watching this show. I'm good.